Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the latest revelations from the JFK assassination records. It's 2025 and as some of you may know, new batches of these classified documents are being released every few years. It's like the gift, or maybe the existential dread, that keeps on giving. We're not talking about some dusty old files that nobody cares about. This is JFK. The Kennedy assassination is one of the most scrutinized events in American history, yet it remains shrouded in mystery and speculation. Every time we think we're getting close to the truth, a new document drops, and bam! We're back to square one. But hey, that's history for you, right? It's messy, it's complicated, and sometimes it takes decades, even half a century, to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. So, let's put on our conspiracy theory hats, grab your magnifying glasses, and dive into the latest batch of JFK files. So, what's in these new documents? Well, we're talking about thousands of pages, people. Some of them are heavily redacted, of course, because, secrets. Others are surprisingly detailed, shedding light on everything from Lee Harvey Oswald's movements in the months leading up to the assassination, to the intense scrutiny of the Warren Commission's investigation. We're finding out more about Oswald's trip to Mexico City, where he visited the Cuban and Soviet embassies. Was he really just a disgruntled loner, or was he a pawn in a much larger game? These documents raise more questions than answers, as always, but that's part of what makes this so fascinating. And here's the thing, it's not just about what these documents tell us, it's about what they don't tell us. Those redacted lines, those missing pages, they're like whispers in the dark, fueling our collective imagination and keeping those conspiracy theories alive and well. Okay, so we've got these documents, right? But are we talking groundbreaking revelations here? Well, it's tricky. This time around, there haven't been any massive bombshells like Elvis was driving the getaway car or anything. But there are some really intriguing tidbits that have historians scratching their heads. For example, there's a report about a mysterious phone call Oswald allegedly made to the Soviet embassy in Mexico City just weeks before the assassination. The CIA intercepted it, but the transcript is, wait for it, redacted. Why? What was said on that call? Was Oswald really working with the Soviets, or was he just trying to look important? And then there are the files on Jack Ruby, the man who shot Oswald. We're talking about his ties to organized crime, his psychological state, even rumors that he was acting on someone else's orders. This stuff is straight out of a spy thriller, and it's enough to make anyone question everything they thought they knew about the case. It's been over 60 years since JFK was assassinated, and the public is still captivated. These new document releases always spark a media frenzy, with everyone from seasoned historians to armchair detectives weighing in, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. The JFK assassination wasn't just a tragedy, it was a turning point in American history. It shattered our sense of innocence, fueled distrust in the government, and left a void in our national consciousness that we're still trying to fill. These days, trust in institutions is about as thin as a sheet of paper, right? So when we see all these redactions, all this secrecy surrounding a pivotal event in our history, it just adds fuel to the fire. It makes people even more suspicious, even more convinced that there's a cover-up, even if there isn't. Let's be real, no conversation about the JFK assassination is complete without mentioning the CIA and the FBI. These two agencies have been under the microscope from day one, with accusations of involvement, cover-ups, and just general shady business. The new documents don't exactly clear their names either. There's still a lot of redacted information about what the CIA knew about Oswald before the assassination, and whether they were monitoring him. And then there are the files on Operation Mongoose, the CIA's covert program to assassinate Fidel Castro. Coincidence? Maybe. But it's hard to ignore the potential connections. The FBI also gets its fair share of scrutiny in these documents. There are questions about their handling of the investigation, their interviews with key witnesses, and whether they followed up on every lead. Some people believe the FBI was too quick to pin the blame on Oswald, and ignored evidence that might have pointed to a larger conspiracy. So after all that, where do we stand? Are we any closer to the truth about the JFK assassination? Honestly, it's hard to say. These new documents have given us some tantalizing clues, but they've also raised more questions. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the search for truth is more important than the truth itself. Maybe the JFK assassination is less about finding definitive answers and more about grappling with the unknown, with the messy reality of history. Because ultimately that's what history is, a conversation between the past and the present. It's about trying to understand the events that shaped our world and how they continue to resonate today. And as long as there are unanswered questions, as long as there are secrets to uncover, that conversation will continue. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into historical mysteries. And be sure to let me know in the comments what you think about these new JFK files. Do you believe there was a conspiracy? Are we any closer to the truth? Seriously though, what do you think happened? It's one of those historical mysteries that just sucks you in, you know? The more you learn, the less you feel like you know. Anyway, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and never stop searching for the truth. See you next time. Remember to subscribe to our channel.